Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way. Today I'm joined by Brendan, who runs the Watford FC Netherlands supporters group, and we are going to be discussing, Brendan, today the return of Ashley Young back to Vicarage Road. Brendan, I'm going to ask you straight away, what do you think about these rumours about Ashley Young coming back? Before you answer, Brendan, let's just read Fabrizio Romano's tweet. I'm sure you all know Fabrizio Romano. He tweeted, what was it, last night, Brendan, wasn't it? He tweeted that Watford are looking to bring Ashley Young back. So let's take a look at this tweet by Fabrizio Romano and see what he's had to say. So Fabrizio has said, Watford have open talks to bring Ashley Young back to Vicarage Road as a free agent. And then he goes on to say, if Inter Milan don't offer him a new contract at the end of this season, there'll be a huge chance for Young to come back to Watford. So, Brendan, Fabrizio there with the breaking news. What's your thoughts, Brendan?
We all knew that probably sometimes he could be coming back to Vicarage Road because Man United is no option anymore for him. But my opinion about him, of course, he's an old guy, if you can say that. But I think he's that's the same thing I said about Troy Deeney. He doesn't need a starter for us next season, but a good substitute. He could be there. But don't get me wrong, if we get him in, we need to get some young youth players in as well. Because as we talked before on our conversation in a call, we've looking like a retirement club now with some players who are already about 33. I think Troy is the youngest of all with 33. So let's say if we get him, he's a substitute for Watford and not a start.
Okay.
And we need to give young players some time in our team. And we need to see if we can find, because that's as well, we need to find younger players who've got a little bit of experience already in the European top competitions to get them to Watford. Make a nice balance between old guys and young guys who have a good experience in some top flight European divisions.
It's a very difficult one for me, Brendan, because we've had loads of conversations off camera, Brendan, haven't we, about this rumor and this rumor about Ashley Young coming back to Watford has been going on for quite a long time now. I'd say for the last couple of months, hasn't it, Brendan? That this rumor's been really building up, and obviously Fabrizio Romano confirming that interest last night. I just think that, I mean, I said it in a stream earlier that I had to delete, obviously, because it cut out early, but I was saying earlier that we have a lot of experienced players at Watford, Brendan, the likes of Tom Cleverley, Troy Deeney, Dan Gosling, Ben Foster, and many more. How much more experience do we need to add to that? Ashley Young, for me, it's all going to depend on the length of contracts, his wages. Obviously, we'll never know what his wages are, but I just find it quite frustrating that we keep going with these short-term fixes for positions that we need to strengthen. You saw in January, Brendan, bringing Ashraf Lazar in. Now, I've got no qualms about Ashraf Lazar. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he's clearly not good enough for the Premier League. No. And that was quite a rushed signing, Brendan. So, is this another short-term fix by the club to bring Ashley Young in? Or do you see it as a short-term fix to keep us in the Premier League to then build for the longer term? Because I'm hoping that's all it's going to be. He stays for 1 year, and then we bring in a much younger left-back to compete with Adam Messina.
Yeah, let's say we have to bring a extra left-back to compare with Messina. But the thing is, I think Ashley Young will get some injuries as well if he goes to us because his age. He cannot play every game full focus, but he brings a lot of confidence with him. But we have Messina as well as a great player. He's good enough for the Premier League. But as you said, Lazar, a good guy. but I think it's not the player that we need in our squad next season. Sorry for him, but he's just not. He's just not that Premier League player. And as Ashley Young, as I said, he's a substitute guy. If he's for 1 year, for me it's okay. And then after 1 year, probably he could be doing some manager things in the youth, training stuff, things like that. Give him a contract with a opportunity to learn and to get his UEFA things for the manager stuff and things like that. But for 1 year, it's enough for me.
Well, we can see his stats on screen here, Brendan. Last 2 years in the Serie A, you know, you can see he's played quite a few matches. I wouldn't say he's a consistent first teamer. You know, might be down to injuries as well. But looking at his stats here from the last 2 years, so this season, Ashley Young playing 23 matches, 0 goals and 3 assists. And the season before, the 19-20 season, only playing 18 matches in the Serie A, but scoring 4 goals and getting 4 assists, Brendan. And you know, we know with Ashley Young, Brendan, that you know Watford struggle to score free kicks, don't we? You know, that is one of our biggest downfalls, if you will. Obviously, Adam Messina breaking that free kick curse against Cardiff. Ashley Young, a few years ago, come back to Vicarage Road and scored 2 fantastic free kicks on his return. Is that something that you're looking as a positive, that he is good at set pieces? That is, you know, something that he could offer this Watford team, his set piece delivery, his ability to score from direct free kicks. Is that a positive for you? That's something he can bring to this Watford team?
Was that the Man United game where they're wearing this kind pink shirts, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It was a nighttime game, and I think it was in the 16-17 season, if I'm not mistaken. If someone else in the comments knows, let me know. But I think it was the 16-17 season.
I think we were at top of the league somewhere there. We are very high in the league that time. I think 4th of top of the league. I don't know, just not blame me, but we were very high in the league, if I'm not mistaken. But as you said, you've got that free kick, but that's not what we need. Of course, we need better free kicks. But I think stats from free kicks are not that great in football. I think the stats say in football that's easier to make a goal when you are in the box and trying to find an opener. And as you said, could be a good one for free kicks, but that's not the reason where we need him. We need him just some experience. We have a lot of experience, but just a little bit more experience, and just that guy who can bring the positivity in the team, even when he's on the bench and not a starter. That's the thing. These guys can bring positivity even when he's on the bench and not a starter, as I said. So he's quite a good guy, I think, and he can bring some positivity in the team. He looks like a positive guy. Even when he's on the bench, I think he's a positive guy. I don't know.
I hope so, Brendan. Let's take a look at some questions we've got in chat, Brendan. Some very, very interesting questions that I kind of want to dive into. A good one here from S7 Music, actually. And he says, if Ashley Young does join, who would you start at left back? Would it be Adam Messina or Ashley Young? Because, you know, Adam Messina has not really done a lot wrong this season. And obviously Ashley Young can play at left back. That's where he's played for Inter Milan, left wing back. Man United, he played left back. But obviously he's also played left wing as well earlier in his career. So obviously Ashley Young, experienced. But obviously, Brendan, as we mentioned, getting towards the latter stages of his career now, probably only got 1 or 2 years left in him. For you, Brendan, who starts in the Premier League at left back for Watford? Adam Messina or Ashley Young?
Adam Messina, our American guy. You know why? As I said, I think I replay myself. I don't know how you say it in English, but again, as I said before, I think Ashley Young is a good guy, starting from the bench. Just bring him in second half, or bring him when Messina gets injured. I think we need to start with Messina because as you said, he does not anything wrong at the time in last season. And I think he's one of the best we've got for now. And he's better than Ashley Young and lots younger, I think, as well. Not sure.
Well, Adam Tomlinson's here saying he would personally rotate them. Young could maybe play some FA Cup games and Carabao Cup games and a few in the Prem to rest Messina. I think that's a good point as well. I mean, squad rotation, squad depth, I think that's something we need. You know, on that left-hand side, Brendan, I think we're lacking some quality left-footed players. You know, Lazar's come in, obviously not done great in the performance in the appearances we've seen him in. But I think, as you say, Adam Messina not done anything wrong. But then I also think about Ken Semmer, and obviously Ashley Young, Brendan, can play in that left wing position. He might not have the pace he used to have, but he can play there, and he's played there at a high level as well. So is this potentially a good thing for Ken Semmer? The fact that we're now probably going to be bringing Ashley Young in, and he's got genuine competition there, Brendan, to compete with him. Because this season, I know Joseph Hungbo's broken through, but apart from that, there's not really been anyone to kind of pressure, you know, Ken Semmer's position, has there?
No, it hasn't. But I think Ashley Young is not the man who need to compare with Ken Semmer. I think we need, if we want somebody to get that place from Ken Semmer, we need to buy somebody. I don't know who we can buy, but I saw a lot of rumours going in the last weeks from League One teams, League Two teams, if I'm not mistaken. Don't know with kind of players that were, but I think we don't need Ashley Young on that position. If we get Ashley Young, he could be a left back. I think that's the best position for him, and the left wing, defending for Watford. But not get the goals and not get the assist as left winger. But no, I think we need someone else to fight with Ken Semmer for that place. What about you?
I think so. And look, to be honest, I would be happy with the signing. But I just want us to bring in. I mean, Brendan, I was talking about it earlier. I really like the Ajax system and the way Ajax operate their club, because they have a philosophy. They have a consistent way of playing football, which is a very, very entertaining way of playing football, and they love bringing the youth through, and I really like that about Ajax especially. They love bringing the youth through, and it's a big part of their identity as well. And I just think with Watford, Brendan, we need a bit of that. We need a bit of that from Ajax. We need a bit of that inspiration. We need the youth. We need more Joseph Hungbo stories. And I just think bringing players in like Ashley Young coming towards the end of their careers, it does hinder the opportunities for younger players to come in and play for Watford, doesn't it? Would you agree with that, Brendan?
I totally agree. As you said, Ajax in the Netherlands, Amsterdam, just a few kilometers from here, 1 hour drive. What you see there is the young guys, even if they're not get in the first team of Ajax, they always get in some other team in the Dutch league or outside the Dutch league. And we see the Ajax philosophy going to Sparta a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Because you have there as well a youth academy where players came through to top flight divisions, like El Ghazi came from Sparta and Ajax. We saw Memphis Depay came from Sparta and Ajax.
Yeah.
Just one more from Ajax. What is his name? De Ligt from Juventus. Edwin van der Sar.
What about
we've got a lot of names, and we need that.
Well, Daley Blind.
Daley Blind as well, yeah, as you said. Kluivert. We've got a lot of names. So I think that need the philosophy of Watford a little bit more. That youth players coming in, but it's not easy in the Premier League, I know. But the thing is, what we need to do is, if we get these youth players, send them a little bit earlier to the League One, League Two on loan, get their physics in and get their playing games, and then send them to the first team, give them a chance, give them some confidence. Even if it's just 20 minutes. I think Pochettino came on the pitch last time. I don't see the match, sorry about that. But Pochettino came on, and I hope to see Thiago Shakur came on
Oh yeah,
next
absolutely.
weekend.
Absolutely.
Next weekend, I hope to see him make his debut for Watford. Harvey Elliott, I don't know. He was on loan to Preston, wasn't it?
Blackburn, Brendan. I think it was
Blackburn,
Rovers.
Blackburn. So, of course, that's probably a youth player with already some experience, as we said. But we've seen as well youth players like James Garner are breaking the rules on this one. So that it's not easy with youth players, because we always say when they are already 21, we look up to them and we're thinking, okay, they could do this, but we never know. We expect it too much sometimes.
Yeah. I do totally agree, Brendan, and I think it's right to get the mix correct within the squad.
Yeah.
You know, Troy Deeney, I don't mind staying next season as long as he plays his part off the bench. For example, like Troy Deeney cannot be starting football matches for Watford Football Club anymore. You know, Ben Foster, does he fall into that category? I'd probably say so. I'd say Daniel Bachmann is our number one now. You know, should Ben Foster even be here next season? That's a complete another video that we could make. But I think the point we're discussing here, Brendan, is you have to get the mix right within the squad in terms of youth experience and what's the right word here? Youth experience and development, because you want to be able to develop young players. But you also don't want to develop young players and then that development hinder the progress of the first team, because we've seen Ben Wilmot, Brendan, under Xisco, Ben Wilmot, Jeremy Ngakia not really be given a lot of opportunities.
No.
And these are young, promising players who should be playing first team football at their ages. So it's a little bit concerning that they've not been given enough time. And I just think bringing in players like Ashley Young will hinder them even further. But look, we'll have to wait and see. We'll start the stream now, Brendan. I'm going to ask you a very, very simple question, a yes or no answer. And yeah, very, very simple question. Should Ashley Young sign for Watford, Brendan? Yes or no?
Yes, just for 1 year. Just for 1 year. And for that balance that people like to see, I want to get them to Transfer Market on Google. Just go to Transfer Market and look at the Ajax team. You could see some 23, some 80, and some 38. What I'm saying, some 36, things like that. You could see there the players are very balanced, and that's what Watford needs. So other team you can watch is Sparta Rotterdam, also a balanced team. But yeah, the simple question is, yes, sign him for 1 year and then sluice. Finish.
I do agree, Brendan. I think 1 year, keep us in the Premier League, Ashley Young, bring him back for the nostalgia purposes. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too bad. But 1 year only, 1 year only. Brendan's got his scarf out. Good to see.
If not, Watford can sign me. I'm left-footed as well.
Oh dear. Maybe, joking, Brendan. One day. Yeah. In answer to my own question, I agree with Brendan. Yes, we should sign him. 1 year only, as long as his wages are not too expensive. Adam here, before we go, he's just said he's just had a look, and Ashley Young, apparently, according to Adam Tomlinson in chat, Brendan, is currently on £91,000 per week. So yeah, that is quite an expensive transfer for Watford to make in terms of wages. Obviously, no transfer fee would be involved, but yeah, very, very high wages there. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Brendan, thank you very much for coming on. Really appreciate you being here. Do you want to quickly explain what you do with Watford FC and the Netherlands?
Yeah, we are connecting Watford supporters in the Netherlands. We bring them the news. We do English post and Dutch post. So if you are English, please follow us on WFC the Netherlands. You can find us on WFC the Netherlands, hashtag WFC the Netherlands, or hashtag WFC the Netherlands 1 year. And we are hopefully there next year in the Premier League. As Troste Kong said in that video, probably don't can understand, but he wished us a very good 1 year anniversary, and he hoped to see all of us back at the Vicarage Road next year in the Premier League.
Yes, Truster Kong did send Brendan and his supporters group a personalised video message. So I was very, very jealous of that. But yeah, well done, Brendan, on 1 year of your group. It's really, really, really good work you've done with that, and hopefully you'll be around for many more years to come as well. And hopefully I'll see you in real life next season too. That should be fun.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for watching, guys. Appreciate you all being here. Let me know your thoughts on Ashley Young returning back to Vicarage Road in the comments down below. And I'll be back later this week with your final match preview of the season for Watford versus Swansea City. So looking forward to that. We're promoted back to the Premier League. Brendan, I can't wait. I can't wait. Premier League, here we come. I'll catch you guys in the next video or stream very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Come on, you ho.